for a few minutes, and then once we get like 4 or 5 people in, then we can start. And also they had the for the Seattle regional, they live streamed it, so I'm thinking
Oh,
we can watch the finals. It was like a branded mirror match and review that too.
Jacob told me about sure Brandon mirror.
Drake Hotel, yeah, Drake Hotel.
No, okay. I was gonna say that sounds kind of cool.
Nah, not branded. But is Darwin cooking? Is he cook something with branded?
But that one's never cooking. But
Okay,
he'll probably show up at the YCS and he'll probably be summoned in Albers.
okay.
No, that guy lives in Dubai now.
Oh shit, yeah,
Yeah.
mad. Okay. This is my first time like streaming like this early, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, all the Americans asleep, right? Or grinding DB.
Depends on where they're at. Um, like I know some of them will just be waking up uh, on the west side. Okay. Okay. We've got like 5 people in. Let's go. What is up, everybody?
Everyone drop a like on the stream.
Drop a like indeed.
We're gonna be going over there's been some American regionals this weekend. We're gonna be going over them, analyzing the meta.
I'm just making a post to Facebook now.
Show you guys this way. Wait. So yesterday I ripped off the back of a WCQ sleeve
Yeah?
and I put it in a penny sleeve. Is this cool? Is this cool?
I
So
don't know, bro.
what I gotta do is I'm right if I make it to Worlds, and then I am the World Championship qualifier. Wear it like a necklace, right? Guy's been to Worlds. He's like, who's this scrub, bro?
You know what? Yeah, just cause you're here. Uh, where is it? Oh shit, it's not even here. It's usually in my wardrobe, but I packed it away. I was gonna get my jersey out.
Oh, bro, the aura,
I was
the
gonna whip
aura
out that jersey,
jersey.
but it's like packed away somewhere. Um, What is up, everyone? Yo, shout out to the 3 people watching. We're about to get started. We're just waiting for a few more people to hop in, and then we're gonna get to work because there's a lot to discuss today. Live with Josh Kelly covering the first results from official WCQs. Okay, 6 people watching. Let's go. Let's go.
What do you guys think about this card now? Because this can summon Zalin, the new negate. Really cool. I was playing against White Forest the other day, and I was like, I'm cracking this board easy. And he just summons a negate. What are you about?
Which card is it? Was it the White Forest one?
Yeah, the White Forest Diabel. So now, like, you kind of pseudo, if you can make a Synchro 8, you can make an Omni negate. Kind of, you know?
Yeah.
Which is pretty
How
cool.
does so they make it with Cupid thing, right? Cupid pitch.
Yeah, so in Yummy, I think you go Cupid pitch, increase the level
Yeah.
to a level 7, and then make it with a Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite cool because with like Synchro 8 piles with like Magistus and Branded, you need a bit of a payoff. So this is an option. But you need a free spell trap to send.
Ah, yeah, pitching a spell and trap sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, Usman says, Goats, shout out to you, Usman. Appreciate you, bro. On Twitch, Warmonger786 says hi to me and also says, Josh, what time you sleep? Who's Warmonger asking what time you sleep?
Bro, I made some mistakes.
What did you do? What did you do?
I put like 25 hand traps in the deck, and I was like, cool. I'm just gonna get to 400 rated on DB tonight. Light task.
Yeah.
And I was like, this deck, it requires no thoughts. My opponent activates a card, I activate a hand trap.
Yeah.
I was getting cooked.
Shit.
I kept playing against Draco Tail.
Shit.
Hand trap. Bro, unless you have a card that negates Rahu, you lose.
Yeah. Shit. All right. We got 11 viewers on YouTube, 3 viewers on Twitch. Shout out to everyone for hopping in. Also, thank you guys. I'm at 40 followers on Twitch. Appreciate it. We're trying to get to affiliate, so almost halfway to 100. Let's get me to 100 followers. Okay, and I'm gonna do the intro now. We're not gonna interact. Oh, yo, shout out to X3NZX7. Shout out for the follow. Appreciate you. Thank you. We're basically gonna do a video real quick. We're gonna be covering the metagame, so we might not be responding with the chat that much until we complete the coverage. We're gonna be covering a lot of results from competitions or from official regionals that happened yesterday, and then we are gonna look at a feature match as well. So the finals of one of the regionals was we're gonna do like a little coverage of that. It was live streamed, so it'd be cool to hear Josh's thoughts, and I'm just gonna be there to just add some color commentary. But yeah, your boy has got his white monster right here. I'm gonna crack this open. Gonna give you some ASMR action right now. Check this out. Ooh, check that out. Monster. You know what? Yeah, time for you to sponsor me in it. I swear. Okay. All right. What's good? It's your boy JY. I'm here with Josh Kelly, and we're gonna be covering the metagame. We have official tournament results. The first regionals went live yesterday with the new ban list. Burst protocol is legal. We got some results. Shout out to those tournament organizers and those attendees for getting those results out there for us to review. Before we jump into it, Josh, how you doing, bro? How are you, my guy?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to look into the metagame. I'm excited leading up to YCS Dortmund. It's a bit of an open format, so any kind of insight into what's happening is nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it, and it's good to have you here. Okay, so first things first, let's jump into the first regional that we have here. So shout out to Daniel Ramirez for posting the Seattle regionals results hosted by Shane's Cards. So they got top 8 decks. There was 226 players, 8 rounds, so a fairly decent sized event. Shout out to Tristan Bridges for taking first place. And yeah, let's jump into the list. So first place, I think this is the first place deck list. So we got Draco Tail. Not surprised to see this. There we go. Yeah, not surprised to see this deck winning. Having a look at the list, it all looks fairly standard, like pretty much what we've seen most Draco Tail lists look like, you know, on from all the other like pro players and things like that. Anything here kind of stand out to you? What are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think you have like a few interesting choices when you build Drake Hotel, and there's no kind of standard list right now. So I think one of the interesting things to see is they're playing the OG Albaz, and the OG Albaz has like some really big advantages, but it's a brick, and so it's cool to see it doing well here. I think it's probably an 8 round event, so um, I wonder if that will kind of overlap to longer events. But yeah, the OG Albaz here is really cool to see, and then the kind of standard, what we thought was standard at the start of the format, hand trap lineup of Fua, Perulia, Ash Bell doing well is nice to see as well, because it's a weird kind of hand trap spread, because some hand traps are good into Drake Hotel, some are good into Radiant Typhoon, and like Bell is a really weird card because it's really good into those two, but it's kind of weird into the meta. And then yeah, because they're playing the OG Albaz, we can see like the Rinbrum, which is cool. The double Secretary on No Philia Regis is interesting. They're not maxing out on Drake Hotel names. They decided to play one Vader in the main instead, which is also interesting. I think this side deck is a little weird because it's kind of like an OCG side deck. You know, they've got the one Pang, the two Nib, the two Droplet, the two Dragons of Mine, the two Imperv. Like they couldn't decide what cards to play, or potentially that's because of their siding patterns. But it's quite interesting. Pank's a card that I haven't thought of a ton. It's a cool one because it always answers Flame, which is nice, but I don't know if it's the
It
best.
also answers
kind of
one of the biggest kind of threats right now to Dracotel, which is D-Fissure.
Yeah, that is a good point actually. It kind
they
of
can't really interact with it with Mandate. The only thing that they can do is like is it Varoom, or the monster negates?
Yeah, they have to have the whale.
The whale
to negate. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's interesting because like having your non-engine overlap to out D-Fissure is nice, but it always means that you have to play worse non-engine. So it's a little awkward. But it looks like quite a standard Dracotel list with OG Albaz in. I see they're not playing Titanclad, which is interesting because that's like one of the strong advantages of playing Albaz. And it also means that they have 0 outs to a Liger Dancer. Which is
that's a good point.
Yeah, and when you see more, if like all the Dracotel lists don't respect Liger, then it becomes a valid option to play at the YCS. So it's something kind of interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I wanted to ask you is that you spoke about the OG Albaz. What were your thoughts? I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the OG Albaz. I like it. I love the idea of using with my opponent's monsters. It always feels good when I summon a Mirror Jade using with my opponent's monsters, and I just like having that extra interruption, and even drawing it and just like summoning it and like having it as like a threat is not the worst. But I know it's a brick. So do you feel like you should play it or you shouldn't? What's like your overall take on the OG Albaz?
Yeah, I don't think there's like a definitive you should play it or you shouldn't play it kind of answer. I think it's still kind of up in the air, but it just feels so bad because the card quality of Fallen on the White Dragon is so high. It's so ridiculously high, and it even becomes so much better when you play the one OG Albaz. So like, if I didn't have to cut a Fallen of the White from my deck, I would definitely play the OG Albaz. But it feels so weird because you replace such a high quality draw for such a low quality draw.
Yeah.
And so the way I like to think of it is when you're testing a deck, when you're trying it out, how many times is the OG Albaz going to come up as a brick in your hand? And the answer is 10 to 11%. And how many times is it going to come up where it's a difference maker, where the OG Albaz in your deck is the reason you won that game? And if it's more than 10%, then it's probably worth playing. And if it's less, then it's probably not worth playing, which is how I like to think about it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so moving on to the next deck. So second place from the shadows, from the depths of the abyss, a deck that we were not expecting to see like topping ever again, basically. Like, I mean, in my opinion, I was not expecting to see Mitsu topping, maybe top 16 or top 32. I was not expecting it to finish second place at this regional. Shout out to Grant for taking it there. Ryzeal Mitsu, like this is like a blast from the past. One Habakiri is still good enough, and let's have a look at his deck. So he's got one of each ritual. We've got 2 Aramasa, 1 Kusanagi, 1 Saji, 1 Manju, 1 prep, 3 mirror. It's got pretty much the full Ryzeal package there. You know, all the limited guys, X, 2 ice, 2 sword, 1 node. 1 field spell, 1 bonfire, and what's interesting, 3 tachyons. So I guess that's why the Manju is there to search off the tachyon, and a pretty heavy hand trap lineup. 3 ash, 2 draw. 2 draw in the main deck's interesting going into Draco Tail format, and even I feel like draw isn't even the best against Radiant Typhoon because they resolve a lot of their searches in the draw phase, so they still plus quite a lot. So I feel like the draw doesn't give you the most value. And then, yeah, like the Perulias, the Fuas, and then droplets, call by 45 cards as well. It's a lot of cards to play. And the side deck, it looks like quite a clean side deck. The 1D shifter. Is that the rank 4 there? Is that the Mathmech one? Is that the one that searches? Or is it the...
Yeah, so Prime Mathmech Allen version.
Yeah.
4 level 4s to add any spell trap. That's the only like guaranteed way you can bridge into Mitsu cards, but I assume they were just searching Judgment.
And interesting to see that they sided the trap as well. Siding the trap card is interesting. And 1 Forbidden Crown.
Yeah, I think this person is a psychopath. Like,
the rest of the side is solid though, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's really interesting because X is broken. X is like a dumb card. Like even into the Draco Tail board, X is disgusting. And I feel like the biggest problem with Mitsu right now isn't really that Haba went to 1. It's that the Draco Tail matchup is so bad. So the thing that you kind of need is you need a way to negate 5 mana. Because in pure Mitsu, let's just say you had a board breaker that dealt with all the Draco Tail back row, and you summoned Murakumo and it dealt with all the front row. A lot of the time, you still just lose to the 5 mana in the hand.
Yeah.
But with this deck, you can set up Ryzeal Cross. So you can kind of force them to activate 5 mana and then you can push past it. So it does have a bit of merit there because the Draco Tail matchup is better than like a pure Mitsu deck or, I mean, a pure level 4 deck. But yeah, I think this is criminal. Like, I can understand the 2 draws because when you play a War Crime deck, you have to respect other War Crime decks.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. I mean, you can tell, like, in the side, they have a lot of the kind of blowout cards for Draco Tail, which I guess is kind of the goal when you play this. Like, post side, they'll have 3 droplets, 3 Retailing Sea, and 3 double Cyclone in their deck, which is a lot of respect. And if this 7th Tachyon resolves, which a lot of their cards in their list allow it to resolve, then they search X trades for another back row and pushes through a ton of interruptions. So this deck can definitely be really strong. I think there's so many bricks.
Yeah. I'm getting PTSD from all the bricks, man. I'm like, I see mirror, I'm like, you know.
Yeah.
Warmonger 786, he says, when I use Albaz and my opponents use Fua, I cry. I feel you on that. That's a rough one. And then we have Jack Crockford 6027 says he pulled that crown from his pre-release. Clearly, that's why he's only got 1 in there because that's what he pulled. That's a fair assessment. And then Dalton, Call by the Grave, Dalton or negate Arthelion effect. Yeah. Okay. This is an interesting deck for real. Do you think Mitsu is gonna top one of the we got 3 YCSs this weekend, the 300th, Guadalajara, Richmond, and Dortmund. Do you feel like out of those, that's 24 spots for the top 8 of each of these events? Do you feel like Mitsu is going to take at least one of them? What do you think, Josh? You're the Mitsu guy. Your soul is connected to Habakiri, bro.
I do like Mitsu, but I think best case we'll see it like hit the top 32 threshold. I think 15 rounds and you're playing against a ton of Draco Tails is just really difficult. I think the Radiant Typhoon matchup is quite solid, but it just feels so bad playing a Mitsu deck in Draco Tail format.
Yeah, it does. Also, what's crazy is that like just one Murakumo, considering that like Sting just gets them so much value. Where like I guess if they resolve a Ryzeal or like X, they can pop the Sting, but Stinging a Murakumo just takes it out of the game. You know, like sure you can Kusanagi it back, but that's not real. You're not you're not adding Murakumo back off Kusanagi then summoning it again. That's just not real. But yeah, real quick, we have right now 25 viewers on YouTube, 3 viewers on Twitch. There's only 4 likes on the YouTube. I need more likes in here, baby. Come on, we're working. We're live streaming right now to get you this coverage straight from the source. These regionals happened a couple hours ago, and we're here. We're on it. Like the stream, share it, help your boy out. We're trying to make it out of the hood with this one, bro. Me and Josh are trying to make it out of the hood right now. Help us out, man. Help us out. All right, next deck. 3rd place, Jaden. Topped with Branded Draco. Again, this looks very similar to the list that we just saw, but the side deck is a bit interesting here because we've got 3 Panks and 2 Fenris. That's like the main thing, and this person did choose to play Titaniclad so they could have some way to out Liger. However, their Liger out is not real because Titaniclad can't get big enough, right?
Yeah, it looks like they don't play a monster that they can make it with, so
Lunat players they're playing Titaniclad. Lunat players are just like licking their lips right now. They're looking at these deck lists like there's no outs to Liger here. Liger is just hitting the board and it's over. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, Josh. What were you saying?
No, especially like there's barely any hand traps in these lists. So like they normal Goldleo, you have a Veiler or Ash, or they're summoning 2 Ligers and you're losing the game. Yeah. So yeah, it is really interesting. This list plays 2 Urgula, 2 Pan, which is it's really difficult with the names now. Malulu was the GOAT. Free Malulu. He didn't deserve it. Malulu did not deserve it.
Ketu did though. Ketu deserved it. Ketu deserved to go to 1. Bon Ketu, bro.
I just want Malulu back.
You changed, bro. You changed. You don't even want Habakiri back. You want Malulu back. They don't care about Habakiri.
Nah, you know what? I want Habakiri back. And you can like, I don't know, ban Purification. That card's no fun.
Okay. I mean, right now, Purification doesn't do squat, bro. It's like, oh, I'm going to do my whole Mitsu combo to have 1 negate, yeah? Like, Murakumo's not even a negate. Murakumo just sits there for fun, innit, yeah? Like, you set your Purification and your opponent's going to go MST. And you're like, oh, sick. Yeah,
someone in the chat saying no main deck ghost spell, which is interesting. I think, yeah, like I said with the last one, Bella's a weird one because it feels really solid in the main deck right now. But just kind of that coverage into the decks that aren't what's considered the top 2 right now make spell quite awkward. Like, if my opponent normal is Noroi and I'm looking at this Bell in my hand, it's just a bad day. Just a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Panks are really interesting. It's definitely something I'm going to have to give a try because I can't think of like a ton of advantage for it, but now Draco Tail has more stuff on the front row. They end on Malulu quite often now just because of Secretarial lines. So potentially it has like some good impact as a card that can threaten battle phase and pop a back row. Then also I'm thinking like Totem Bird's a bit of a problem. So maybe you can like attack over Totem Bird, pop the D-Fisher, break the board, you know. So it's definitely a card to consider, but
yeah,
I don't think it's great from my experience at least.
Okay. Next deck list, 4th place. We have a Radiant Typhoon deck. Shout out to Jonathan for topping with this deck. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on this deck list? It seems like quite a streamlined Typhoon list. No hand traps in the main deck at all. We're just raw dogging it with just a quick place. 3 Forbidden Crowns, 3 Forbidden Droplets. So we got the Forbidden Ladies loaded up. Yeah, what are your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, this list reminds me a lot of Luke Tyler's list. He posted on YouTube a couple weeks ago. Mainly because it's Tenki. I think playing Tenki is criminal. That card gets MST'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of discussion right now about Crown in this deck, and it's really interesting because Crown is kind of just a 1-for-1 card. It trades for the monster it kind of freezes, and that's about it. And it feels like a lot of the time in board breakers, you want cards that do more than just a 1-for-1. Yeah, so I think the biggest like two things to mention are the Tenki and the Forbidden Crowns, but they're also playing the Extravs here, which has kind of become the standard consistency card in Radiant Typhoon because you do need one because the deck is
Yeah.
bricky.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting because the two top decks right now have a quote unquote bricking problem because in Draco Cell you need to play the traps and the pans and the Urgulas, which don't do anything in their hand by themselves, and then Radiant Typhoon doesn't have enough starters. I think we saw at another one of the regionals happening, Radiant Typhoon did win, and I think it's really interesting because I think this deck will do quite well just because the starters, like the engine cards, most of them do something by themselves. So the bricking problem is a problem, but all the engine cards do something. So if you open an engine card, you have a play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see how it does in a longer tournament because I think consistency is definitely really important when you're playing 15 rounds. This person's playing Liger out. This person is playing Liger out.
What's that like, right? The lava golems?
Yeah. So it's really interesting in Radiant Typhoon because if you need to, you can stall with a Crocea in some game states until you draw into your lava golems.
Yeah.
So 2 lava golems.
Is there a main deck way to out it? I think, is it like Great Fly and Mandate?
Great Fly and Mandate on a Phonics technically outs it, but that's never happening. Let's be real.
Never happening, yeah. Okay.
That's never happening, yeah. And then they're playing the Curseal of the Forbidden Spell, which is, I think, the last kind of interesting thing here. That card is cool.
Just for people who, before you mention, for people who don't know what the card does. So Curse Seal the Forbidden Spell. It's an old counter trap. When a spell card is activated, discard one spell, negate the activation if you do destroy it. And if you do that, your opponent cannot activate spell cards with that name for the rest of the duel. So let me just get it up on screen real quick. Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. So yeah, let me get a better... Let's go on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Database. So yeah, here it is. When a spell card is activated, discard one spell, negate the activation if you do destroy it. And if you do that, your opponent cannot activate spell cards with that name for the rest of the duel. So that is... That's a crazy effect. Like hitting that on something in the mirror match, for example, in Radiant Typhoon would be crippling, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing is they activate MST, you chain this, and they can't activate any more MSTs. Just sounds like crippling to the deck. Like, the best thing about searching MST in that deck, realistically, is you get to keep activating quick play spells, and now any MST they search is just stuck in their hand for the rest of the duel. So yeah, this does seem like a really, really cool option. And also, I think against Draco Tail, there's a bit of fear. Like if you use a card that negates the activation of Rahu, they're gonna set another Rahu from deck. They're gonna activate another Rahu. So this kind of plays around that a little bit. I think this is quite cool. Especially one of the problems in Radiant Typhoon is you run out of back row space. So because this card needs a spell in hand, you still get a bit of value out of the cards you can't set. But yeah, this is a really, really, really cool tech. Really cool tech that might be taken through to the YCS. Whoever played this card was definitely cooking because I had no idea about this.
Yeah. No, it's an old card. So yeah, and also against Virtuous. Virtuous is one of those cards where like when you activate one, there's going to be another one the next turn and another one. So and it becomes a grind game. So being able to just shut that out is crazy. So yeah, let's go back to the deck here. Shout out to Jonathan. This is a very, very cool tech. And yeah, like let's have a look at what the chat is saying. Diddy Dags, Josh, why are you wearing odd socks? Are you wearing odd socks right now, Josh?
I'm not. I wish. I love odd socks.
Okay. Um, Dalton, they made Runic Stun for unplayable. Radiant Typhoon is lame. Santa Claus is coming to town. Okay, yeah, yeah. Let's see. Twitch.
Dalton's the number one
Iris.
Radiant Typhoon hater.
Yeah, Iris. What in the world is going on? We are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. We're covering the metagame. That is what is going on, my friend. Okay, guys, on the YouTube, like the stream, subscribe, help your boy get out of the hood with this one. Yeah, we need you locked in. All right, let's go on to the next deck. So Vanquish Soul K9 is such a very top cut. You know, fifth place, VS K9. Shout out to Bryce for topping with this. He's playing the new XZs, which is quite cool. The new K9 rank 9. They're rank 9, right? The Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can actually make that new Xyz in Radiant Typhoon with a Varuna
Yeah.
Phonics.
And it's wind as well, right? So it's got synergy with Sheena.
Yeah, and like if you're locked, you can still make it, which is really cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What are your thoughts on this particular list?
Yeah. I think it's interesting, kind of, to see what place Vanquish Soul is going to have in this meta game, because initially people thought it'd be really good, and it has quite a good Draco Tail matchup. So similar to Radiant Typhoon, that gives it a solid place in the meta. This person is playing quite a few more K9 cards than I've seen in some lists, so it's obviously not a massive package, but with the return of Ryzeal, this deck now has so many normal summons, so I've seen a lot of people cutting the Roys from their list. So yeah, I think it's quite interesting. They're playing the Noroi, they're playing the two Chaotic Elements. So yeah, it's really interesting. I wonder how people will gravitate more towards potentially K9 heavy decks or Vanquish Soul heavy decks. Like, I've seen a lot of people playing multiple Borgers, and this guy didn't even main the Vanquish Soul track. So it seems like they were really heavily focusing on the K9 side of the deck with the Force Release, the Noroi, the Lantern all in the main, and the Chaotic Elements. I think the only other kind of interesting things I can talk about, we have the Joels again.
A lot of people playing two Joels.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think one thing that makes me want to play Joel is it's not very good in the meta, and it went to 2. So I expect people to be playing crazy combo deck lists because they're not scared of Joel anymore. So that's one reason to play it. And then I think the only other kind of interesting thing here is they're playing the number C107, Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, in the extra deck, which is a target for CXC's Nash Knight that you can detach one, your opponent can't use, or it's just like Caliuga. It just says your opponent can't affect. Your opponent can't anything, which is really cool. I've really liked that card. I also see they're not playing Zeus, which is interesting. Zeus is normally a really strong playoff for Zuna into Draco Tail. So I wonder if they kind of missed that at all. Because I really like Zeus in this deck.
Yeah, I think it's quite tough to Zeus against like a lot of these decks, right? Like, you're not gonna be able to pull off the battle phase and do, like, Radiant Typhoon and Draco Tail both have interruptions that kind of prevent a Zeus from hitting the board. And one quick thing, I forgot to shout out one of the new followers, Christian Ann 287. Thank you for the follow, appreciate you. And Big Dog Season, can we look at the pure branded deck list? Question mark. I saw it topped as well. I believe we should be covering it. We'll be moving on to it soon. We're just going to go through these next few decks, and then we'll move on to the next regional, and hopefully it'll pop up in one of the lists I have here. If not, please just drop me a link in the chat, and then I will make sure to cover that deck as well. Any last comments before we move on to the next list?
No, I think this is like a relatively standard VSK9 deck. It's cool to see it topping, but I'm a Vanquish Soul hater. All right. I think this deck's bad. Yeah.
Okay, now we have White Forest. Shout out to Brandon for getting 6 with White Forest. When I saw this, the first thing I did was I went to the comments and I tagged Ryzeal. I tagged Ryzeal. I was like, yo, the White Forest goat. What's going on here? Like, are you going to make something happen for YCS Dortmund? This is a deck that I don't really know too much about. I know it's quite powerful when it pops off. Like the combo is really strong. But yeah, it's a deck that I'm not too like familiar with. What are your thoughts on this deck, Josh?
Yeah, so White Forest is really interesting. The deck has really strong combos, of course, and what I was thinking was a big reason to play this deck now is Zarlan, the new Synchro tuner, but because you can summon it off the Diabell Synchro 8.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting that they're not playing it here. They're playing Jurashin as a Synchro 11 option, and then the Snake Eyes Doom Dragon.
Yep.
But yeah, this deck is really interesting. The Saint Azamina in the extra deck is really strong into Draco Tail, saying that they can't target any of their own cards, and they can't target it. So Arthalion becomes quite a bit weaker when that hits the board. And I also see they're playing Azamina Debtors, which is quite an interesting card. It's generally pretty low quality, but one of the advantages is it's a card that can dodge flame, because if you activate a wanted and then they chain flame to try and negate wanted, you can chain the Debtors and send them wanted.
Yeah, and summon a guy. Right?
Yeah, so it's quite similar to Hallowed, where you send simple spoiled cards to summon from extra deck, but it's a quick effect and it doesn't have as strong of a graveyard effect. And then I think it's cool to see Forbidden Crown doing well again. Card could be better than everyone thought. And then I think, yeah, there's not a ton extra. I think they're playing the Azamina and the Azamina Fusion 8, which reborns an illusion on summon and has a pop 2, which could be a good way to trade into the back row against Draco Tail specifically. But yeah, White Forest is definitely a really cool deck. They have really strong combos, and yeah, I always find deck building in White Forest really, really awkward because there's so many one-offs, and the more one-offs you play, the higher ceiling of your deck. Literally no end. So it's just kind of choosing. And this person did play quite a few of the one-offs, which is interesting.
Yeah, it does channel the like the themes of like the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, you know, like there's so many one-offs in this deck. It's a very like anime style deck, you know. But yeah, you know what, Ryzeal, it's all on you. We're expecting you to bring White Forest and make something happen at the YCS or Sky Striker, one of the two. And yo, Vexen, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? That's the Radiant Typhoon goat right there. And also 33 viewers on the stream. Let's go. Shout out to everyone for turning up. Like the stream. Subscribe to your boy. Yeah, we're trying to make it out of the hood with this one. So yeah, next deck. Let's go. Another White Forest. Oh, that's the same one. 7th place. I'm shaking my head right now. I'm shaking my head. I was not expecting to see this deck still terrorizing. Malice, 7th place. Shout out to Travis for topping there. Ooh, no white binder, no problem. We still making top.
This isn't even in Europe. This is a Malice deck not even in Europe.
Travis might be European. Did you have it? Yeah, this is pretty much like the same Malice deck that we seen from last format, pretty much, with the exception of is that Code Igniter or Code of Soul, something like that. The fire guy, it's the Salomon Great guy.
Yeah, so it looks like they're trying to do some more combo stuff, which you've already comboed enough. Like, we've had enough of the Malice. We just play a new combo deck. Just play Malice with different colors. But yeah, so they've got the Code of Soul in the main, and then kind of to. So
why do they play that? Can you tell me what the combo is? I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so there's a kind of a package that they're playing here. So they've got the Code of Soul in the main. Then in extra deck, they have the Fusion Monster, which is the Cyburster Saber Worm, which is the first card in the extra deck. And then...
Cyburst what?
Cyburster Saber Worm. It's the Fusion Monster. So it says, if you have a Link 5 or higher Cyburst, and your opponent uses a spell or trap, you can banish it from the grave to negate that. So they get that in the grave by sending it off the Firewall Neo Tempest Terahertz Dark Fluid. I think that's the name. It's the card just... Yeah, so it gives them one extra negate. It's a dump, so they dump it from the extra deck, and then it gives them a spell trap negate in the grave. And that's what Malice were doing kind of on release. They were dumping the Disable Worm off the Dark Fluid, and then you get a Spell Trap negate.
Yeah.
So they're also playing the Code of Soul, and Code of Soul is another option to dump off the Neo Tempest Terahertz, because Code of Soul's graveyard effect lets you link summon as a quick effect. So it gives you that play in your opponent's turn. And then they're also playing, I can't remember the name, it's a Link 3 in this extra deck. It's a second last card. And in the grave, you can banish Link materials that add up to 3 to reborn it from the grave. So
Okay.
I assume now they've lost a Link 3 in Whitebinder, so you kind of have the choice, do you want to play this, or do you want to play Decode Talker Heat Soul as your extra payoff? So I assume they're playing this. It gives them 3 extra Link material, and it can potentially banish the Malice Links from the grave. I'm not actually sure about that, but yeah, 3 extra Link material. So I think this person's best end board is like an Allied Code Talker Agnister with the Neo Tempest Terahertz, and the Firewall Dragon, and the Crypta, and the MTP, and the March Hare in hand. Protect Code Talker. Yeah, Protect Code Talker. That's the name of the Link 3.
Shout
So
out
yeah,
for
this.
that. Appreciate that, Vexen.
Thank you, Vexen.
Protect Code Talker.
Yeah, so I think this person can end on like 3 Omni Negates, a Bounce 3, 2 Banishes, with. I assume that would be a multiple card combo, but you never know with Malice. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is definitely something to mess around with the combos. But I think the worst thing about Whitebinder wasn't necessarily how it affects the ceiling of their end board, and more how it affects their grind game. Like, you can't reset the trap cards. You don't have this broken soul charge effect. You don't draw as many cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can banish the Malice Link 3s from the grave. So that will probably give some nice follow-up as well. Where if this is in the grave, you can banish your ransom, summon it out, trigger the ransom. But yeah, this person definitely cooking with the Cyberburst combos. But I've had enough of Cyberburst combos. So
Yeah. Real quick shout out to everyone watching. At one point we had like 45 viewers, which I think is the most viewers I've ever had. So appreciate everyone for coming through. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe to your boy. Fish Cuda saying hi. What is up? Let's go. All right, let's move on to the last deck from this regional. So just another branded Draco Tail deck, Deontay. Shout out to you for topping with this deck. There's not really much for me to say about it. It's pretty much almost the same as the list that we saw earlier. They actually have a Liger out. They got the Jizukiru in there. So shout out to you for actually covering yourself with a Lunar Light Liger out.
yeah, so all these lists that top did play the OG Albaz, which is quite interesting. So that's definitely something to think about. And then this list plays less Draco Tail names, and they decided to play another Fallen and the Virtuous, which is interesting. I think it's really weird with the Draco Tail names now, because just bring back Malulu. We need Malulu back. Yeah, the Pankratops again. So potentially these 3 people were like friends and tested together, but a lot of Pankratops here. So it's just definitely really interesting. I think the only thing that I'm a bit skeptical about in this deck list is the Jizukiru.
Yeah.
Because kind of the way it works when you out Liger Dancers in this deck is because they have the Hound in the grave, you never actually get to summon Titanclad and then summon Arthalion. You have to summon Arthalion first to out the Silver Hound in the grave.
Yeah.
So just playing any monster that's level is high enough to send for Titanclad is kind of what you want to do. But also, if you're choosing a monster that's level 10 or higher that you're only going to side into Lunar Light, it's probably a Kaiju. So
Yeah.
it's a little weird. I prefer just playing a Nib so you have more coverage into other decks. But yeah, Kaiju solid.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the top 8 decks from the Seattle Regional. So now we are going to move on to the Richmond WCQ Regional here. So just looking at the overall results, so there's 160 players, and first place, Radiant Typhoon deck. We're going to have a look at that in a second. But just looking at the overall results, second place, runner-up, we've got Odeon. And is that with Magistus? Odeon
Magistus, yeah.
top 4, we have Vanquish Soul, 2 Vanquish Soul in top 4 with Vanquish Soul K9. And then what's crazy is all of top 8, from 5th to 8th, is all Dracotel. So 3 Branded Dracotel and 1 Dracotel Magistus. So that is very interesting to see this type of kind of result. The fact that like all 4 Dracotel players were in the top 8 and didn't make it to the top 4. That's it's such an interesting spread. What are your thoughts, bro, on like the overall results?
I'm getting flashbacks to the last European YCS where Odeon won.
Yeah.
I assume this person just playing infinite hand traps, and their opponent did not resolve any effects all day. I would also be quite interested to see this Karan Sharma, his Dracotel Magistus list.
Because send me with the player, or
no, I haven't heard of them before, but
okay.
Yeah, Dracotel Magistus is an interesting one. There's no kind of standard list. They're potentially playing the Owlbear stuff as well. Maybe they're just playing like a pure Dracotel Magistus deck. So that'd be really interesting to see one of those decks doing well. And then also taking a quick look at the deck that won.
Yeah, have a quick look at it. Yeah, while that's loading up. So Fish Cuda, I also think not many people will pick up Lunalight because being confident within 2 weeks with Lunalight is kind of rough. Yeah, it does take. You do need to learn a lot of lines and just how to play around a lot of things. So it does take a little while to get good with Lunalight. And Kisepe, what is your opinion on Vanquish Soul? For you, is it tier 1? So in my opinion, Vanquish Soul is not a tier 1 deck anymore. I think it's like tier 2, maybe tier 1.5 at best. I just think losing Holy Sue really impacted the deck, and it's just not positioned well in meta, considering like a lot, like for example, it had a really good Dracotel matchup in the previous format, but now the way Dracotel is played with the branded stuff, it just means that like Tyrus doesn't do anything, and like it's very hard to resolve a Zeus, and like the boards are just way more like breakable. But yeah, what are your thoughts on it, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's really cool because they hit Vanquish Soul to a point where I don't think it's tier 1 anymore. I think the biggest advantage of it last format were the K9 cards were so good into the Dracotel cards, but you can't really play as many K9 cards now. So I definitely think it's become worse, but I think it's really cool because you can still definitely play Vanquish Soul. It's still a really solid deck. And in my opinion, it's more fun because you play pure Vanquish Soul more often. So the games are more interactive. It's less just, I summoned a Ripper, so I turned off the hand trap you drew, and I full comboed you, and I won. It's more, I'm playing this grindy game with Ryzeal, and I have to remember to recycle my Holy Sue, and if it gets banished, I probably lose. And yeah, I think the dynamic of the deck is really cool now, but I don't think it's tier 1.
Yeah, for sure. And quick shout out to the viewers. We got 40 viewers on YouTube. Let's go. Guys, we only have 9 likes on the stream. I need more likes, please. Like the stream, subscribe to your boy. Help us get out of the hood with this one. You know, we're trying to make it out of the hood. And then on Twitch, we got 6 views on Twitch. Appreciate people showing up on Twitch. Make sure to follow your boy. I'm going to be streaming regularly. We're going to be streaming again tonight, by the way. For those watching, I'm going to be doing a live stream tonight with Daniel Khan. He actually won UK Nationals, so he's our UK National Champion for 2023. We're going to be doing Between the Rounds episode 3 with him and just chatting to him and finding out about just more about him outside of Yu-Gi-Oh, inside of Yu-Gi-Oh, what's his thoughts about the YCS, and just having a nice little chat. So yeah, make sure to follow your boy, and yeah, let's hop right into this winning deck list. So this is the main deck. It looks, fairly standard. So one of each of the big ones, 3 Swen, 3 Cressia, 3 Eldam, 2 Megala, 3 Sheena. He's playing 1 copy of the Noble Knight Shield Bearer, for consistency there. So fair enough. 3 Ashes, 2 Drolls in the main deck. Interesting to see. Everyone was main deck and Droll. Everyone was fearing the combos. So interesting to see people respecting that. Like I was personally expecting to see Droll to fall off just because it's semi-limited, and also going into this new format, like Dracotel is going to be the best deck, and Droll doesn't do squat against Dracotel. And then for the quick plays, 3 Vision, 3 Chant. We have 1 copy of Manifestation, 1 copy of Ascendance. So 8 Radiant Typhoon spells, 3 MST is standard, 3 Virtuous, 2 droplets, 1 core buy, and 1 mandate. Any thoughts on the main deck? Is to me is fairly standard. It's interesting they didn't play any consistency spells, like no draw
Yeah,
spells.
yeah, they chose to make their consistency another Megala and then Shield Bearer, which I think is interesting. I think it's become pretty standard to play Xtrav, but you have to make sacrifices. We can see that if we scroll down to their extra deck on their side, they're playing
Yep.
Super Poly, they're playing Fallen, they need the extra deck cards for their engine. So that's one of the problems with Extravagance is you definitely run out of extra deck space pretty fast. So I think it looks like what they've done is they've said, all right, I don't want to play Extravagance because I want to play Super Poly and I want the space for all these different tech options.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to play some different consistency cards, which are probably a little bit worse. So yeah, it's kind of making those sacrifices in deck building is interesting. I think also this person playing Droll is cool. It's cool because we've seen that Radiant Typhoon lists have kind of pulled a little bit away from just playing only breakers. So we've seen most lists playing Ash, some Fuas, some Droll here. This person playing Fua Puruli in the main, in the extra deck, sorry. Side deck.
Yeah.
Got there eventually.
One thing I want to say real quick is side deck though. You know what? One thing I love is when I see 5 3-ofs in the side deck. It's just so clean. It's so satisfying. How clean, how aesthetic. Look at that. 3 Super Poly, 3 D-Fissure, 3 Prudia, 3 Full Loss, and 3 Lava Golem because they don't want to get hit by that Liger. They just want to kaiju the hell out of that thing. Respect. What's this guy's name again? Justice, respect for your side deck. That's clean. It's just satisfying to look at. And then let's look at the extra deck, the Super Poly targets. So we have 1 Saint Azamina, so 2 level 6 or higher monsters, 1 fusion, 1 synchro. Okay, that is very interesting. So you get to take out the Ecclesia, and you get to take out one of their fusions, right?
Yeah, so Saint Azamina is a really strong Super Poly target against Draco Tail if they draw their alternate engines like Magistus or Branded. So yeah, you can fuse off a big chunk of their board into Saint Azamina, and then Saint Azamina has the effect to summon a Azamina monster from your extra deck the turn it's summoned. So you get to use that straight away, summon the Ilia Sylvia. So you have the Saint Azamina, which has this kind of floodgate effect against Draco Tail, where they can't target cards in their field grave or banished. So their Arthalion follow-up becomes worse. You put a negate on the board straight away with the Ilia Sylvia. And then the last card to kind of look at for that whole package is the Azamina, the level 12 monster, which can be summoned by tributing Saint Azamina and a face-up monster your opponent controls. So with this kind of package, you can Super Poly away 2 of your opponent's monsters into Saint Azamina. Saint Azamina summon Ilia Sylvia, so you have a negate, and then tribute another one of those monsters for the Azamina. And then you have this big beat stick that gains some attack, or make sure opponent's monsters lose attack. So, yeah, really strong push against Draco Tail. But the only problem is, if they don't end on a Synchro monster, you've drawn Super Poly against Draco Tail. So
maybe it's worth having a Secretarion in there as well, right? Because
yeah, I think so.
My man hit me with this. No. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Secretarion?
Yeah, I think they should play Secretarion because if their opponent just ends on Arthalion Gulamel and they have a Super Poly in hand, you definitely want something to make. It looks like the only other real kind of flex spot in their extra deck is the Ritual Beast. The Ritual Beast Altiari, the Link 4. Which is, in my opinion, the only reason to play that is if you're scared of Denko Sekka. Because you could end on this and it outs Denko Sekka. But yeah, I mean, I think the most interesting thing about this list is that Azamina package in the extra deck doing well. Those cards are really cool, kind of board breakers. Very cool.
Very, very cool. I'm very interested in these cards, man. Very fascinated to see this. Cool. All right, so let's move on to the next event. Or before that, Rusty Cookie 15 Is playing OG Albaz really worth it? Makes Synchro Monster pretty good as the end board. Yeah, I'm a fan of OG Albaz, but it's just we were speaking about this earlier, and Josh was saying it's just the playoff the payoff, because OG Albaz is going to be a brick majority of the time that you see it. So is it worth having that additional brick, or worth drawing the white, that 10% more of the time, because white is such a powerful card where it's really going to increase your win rate every time that you open it. So it's just one of those things where you got to balance it. Personally, I like OG Albaz. I'm a fan, but it's just one of those things you're going to have to weigh up. And I feel like if you want to be objective, you're probably going to have a higher win rate just playing white, like 3 whites, just opening that more often. But it depends. I don't know. I think it's one of those things where we're going to have to see some more results and get some more insight to maybe get a more definitive answer. But so far, Josh says no. I say yes. We'll have to see. And quick shout out, 55 viewers. Let's go. Shout out to everyone for turning up to this stream. This has been the best stream that we've had so far. Appreciate everybody. Make sure to like the stream, subscribe to your boy. Me and Josh are trying to make out the hood, so all the support would help. Josh is trying to go to Worlds this year. And yeah, we're trying to make out the hood with this by making content out here. All right, so next event, the Milwaukee WCQ regional. What's so funny is, like, I want to shout out YGA Panda, because I live, for people who don't know, so me and Josh, we're from the UK, we're from England specifically. Josh lives in London. And most of the guys from, like, the collective who go to locals like Europa Gaming, they're from London. I live in Milton Keynes, so I'm like an hour north of London. But YJ Panda, our Bulgarian friend, he calls Milton Keynes Milwaukee. So he's always like, oh, yo, you're from Milwaukee, innit? So it's just funny that we're going to be covering this regional here. And yeah, so first let's look at the overall results. So first place, Draco Top Branded. We're not surprised to see this deck taking most of the wins at these events. Runner-up, though, I think this is what our friend here earlier was talking about, Big Dog Season. Jeremy, who played Despia, or Branded Despia. Very interesting to see this deck finishing second place.
Yeah, top actually 4. 3 Despias in the top deck here is really interesting.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 3. We see 2 in the top 4. And we see 1 in the top 8 as well. So 3 in total. Crazy. And then we have in top 4, another Vanquish Soul deck. Interesting to see that deck top. I wonder if it's because it's a new format. Like, I feel like as the format develops, I feel like the deck is going to get pushed out. But the thing is, it's interesting that like me and you both agree that Vanquish Soul is not a tier 1 deck anymore. But like last time, when Ryzeal and Stake went to 1, everyone was like, VS is dead. And then out of the shadows, it came out and just started dominating. So I don't know if we're going to just see a repeat of that, but it just doesn't make sense. You look at the deck, it just doesn't make sense. It's just no way. Like, it's not that good. But yeah, Yummy. Interesting to see Yummy in the top 8. Shout out to Adrian for bringing Yummy there. And then we also have Christian K9.
Sulfur deck.
Oh, it's Yummy Sulfur Cord. I was trying to see what the image is. Yeah, it is Yummy Sulfur Cord. Interesting to see that. So let's have a look at the first deck list that we have on there. So we don't have this. We don't have this. So we got a Despia deck from top 4. Shout out to Sam. Let's have a look at your deck. Okay, 42 cards in the main deck. We got 3 Aluba, 2 White, 1 OG, 2 Cartesia, 1 Quem, 1 Ecclesia, 1 Shrouded, 1 Mercuria, 1 Lubellion, 1 Saronir, 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 3 Effect Veilers, 2 Branded Fusions, 3 Openings, 1 Branded in Red, 1 Branded Lost, 3 Branded in High Spirits, 3 Virtuous, 1 Core Buy, 1 Gold Sock, 3 Imperms, 1 Retribution. So 42 card main deck. And then let's look at the extra. 1 Ecclesia Synchro, 1 Secretarion, 1 Chaos Star Source, 1 Dragon Devour's Dogma, 2 Granganoil, 1 Rinbrum, 1 Titaniclad, 1 Sanctifier, 1 Albalenesis, 1 Lubellion, 1 Mirror Jade, 2 Albion, and 1 how do you say that one? Proskenion?
Proskenion.
Damn, my pronunciation is getting tested here. And then in the side deck, 3 Dragon's Mind, 1 Magnuma, 1 Nibiru, I'm guessing that's for the out, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because this deck can actually out, I believe, can out Liger without the Nibiru, but you have to summon Albion the Shrouded Dragon to do it.
Wait. You have to summon.
Yeah, so Albion the Shrouded Dragon is Albaz while on the field or in the grave.
Yeah.
So if you summon it somehow, so its own effect can summon
Okay.
itself,
Yeah.
and then because it's now Albaz, you can fuse Albion the Shrouded Dragon with another level 8 or higher monster to make Titanclad, which boosts it up to 41 to attack over Liger. So technically there's a main deck out, but it's not very realistic. So the Nib is probably there for the Liger, yeah.
I mean, it's not the most unrealistic thing, right? I feel like that's fairly achievable. Like Quem can dump it, Granganol can dump it, and then it can just summon itself back by pitching a card, right?
Yeah, so it's definitely possible, and definitely something to be aware of if you're playing Branded.
Yeah.
Having that out.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, and yeah, so three mind, 1 nib, 2 Ghost Mourner, 3 Perulia. Interesting to see the side frame package here. 3 deltas, 1 gamma, and 1 driver. Okay, so that's a deck. Very interesting deck list. You know what? Huge props to you, Sam, for like, you know, kind of the branded decks are so varied because the card pool is so big and there's so many different like options and different ways you can play this deck. So shout out to you for finding, you know, your list and taking it to top 4 at the first event of the new format. And also one thing I respect is that they're not actually trying to lock. There's no lock here.
No Christia.
There's no Christia. There's no Edo. There's no lock here. We're just summoning fusion monsters and just saying, "Come at me, bro."
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because there's 2 different things you can talk about with the branded deck that you can change, and it obviously non-engine and engine, and the engine kind of decisions you make right now. There's so many options. Like I've been testing out different kind of like synchro branded Vistial decks, or like without branded fusion, or like a branded fusion centric build, because Fallen of the White Dragon is just such a high quality card, especially in this deck.
Yeah.
And you kind of go down this rabbit hole of, if I open Fallen of the White and I play these 20 bricks, I can do this crazy combo. So like 2 of the cards I've seen in some lists are the Golden Sword Soul and the new Travagade Spriggan's Kit, which make your Fallen of the White combos more powerful. And yeah, so this is more of a down to earth list, which I like. They're playing
very clean.
Yeah, very clean. They're playing mainly kind of 1-for-1 hand traps. So they've got Ash, Vela as imperms, and then in the sides as well, the side frames and the mourners as kind of 1-for-1 hand traps where you try to trade really well into your opponent's cards. You try to essentially make them end on as little as possible, and then break the board with your down to earth deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is a really cool list. I think a big problem with Branded right now is Draco Tail a lot of the time just ends on Secretarion because they wanted to reborn a card. And Secretarion is incredibly strong against this deck.
Yeah.
Like it's just accidentally a floodgate against your deck, which feels pretty bad. And then another big problem with Branded, and the reason a lot of the people are paying the kind of locks, is you need to end on a board that can beat your opponent activating Rahu or Ketu or having a really strong 5 mana. So yeah, I think probably the best way to do that in this list, like we think of like the strongest interruptions against Draco Tail, it's probably the Branded Retribution is probably a really strong one while it's set. And then also the Makuria is a really strong interruption. So you can see those are 2 of the bricks they've decided to play. And I think that's completely valid because they're probably the strongest interruptions into Draco Tail.
Yeah, for sure. And real quick, Raw, I'm a Dinosaur. Is there a way to reach out to you two for some decklist questions? I mean, feel free to add me on Facebook or Instagram. My socials are linked everywhere. Josh does have a Metafy, so if you do want coaching, do reach out to him, and he's always, He's got a coaching service where he can help you prepare for the YCS. There's not a lot of time. We only have a week left, so I don't know how many slots he has available for coaching, but do reach out to him and he can spare some time to coach, and it definitely is worth the money. I can say firsthand, he's helped me improve a huge amount since getting back into the game. So yeah, I definitely vouch for Josh as a top-notch coach. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the tournament. Let's see. Were there any other deck lists that we could look at? Yeah,
there weren't any more, but I think it was interesting that this tournament specifically had quite a bit of Branded Despia, and potentially these guys are friends who went to the tournament together and played the same list, which would be nice to know. Because if this list did do consistently quite well, it might be something worth trying with like a kind of hand trap branded approach.
For sure. And I'm sure it'll just be a couple of days until we get the full results. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll get some more deck lists. And there was the Mermail won a regional, right? Do you have the results for that?
Yeah, I think I sent it to you.
You sent it to me
on Facebook. Yeah.
Let me have a quick look here.
It's Richmond, I think. Oh no, it's not Richmond.
I found it.
St.
Peter's. Okay. Wait. Okay, so this will be the last regional that we're covering, and then we're going to go into a feature match for the finals of one of those regionals. Quick shout out to the viewers. We got like 40 viewers right now on the YouTube. Appreciate everyone. Like, subscribe, all the good stuff. Thank you all for turning up. I am going to be streaming again tonight in a few hours, so holla at your boys still. Make sure to follow Josh as well. Josh Kelly YGO, and also, check out his Meta 5 for any coaching services. Again, spaces are limited for the YCS. Because we're preparing for the YCS, so make sure if you do want to get some time with him, book it in ASAP. Okay, so St. Peter's WCQ, 137 players. So this was that's 7 rounds? 7 rounds, right? 8 rounds.
I think it's just 8, yeah.
Just 8 rounds. Just 8 rounds. Okay. So for the top 8, the winner, we have Mermail, Atlantean Mermail. Shout out YGO Panda, who's one of my favorite Mermail players. Also shout out Jordan. Jordan Gallagher loves Mermail as well. So we're gonna have a look at that deck. Mermail first place is crazy. Runner up, we have Draco Branded. Top 4, we have Yummy, Pure Yummy still hanging in there. Cupsy in a dream. Shout out to Cupsy the GOAT. And then we have Monarch in top 4 as well. This is something we were not expecting. And then for top 8, 3 Dracotel lists, 2 Branded Dracotels and 1 Dracotel Magistus. And then in top 8, shout out to John for topping with DDD. John Cardarella, you took DDD there. That's crazy. This is quite this is the Rogue Regional. Rogue Central, St. Peter's. This is a Rogue Central. Let's have a, before we look at the deck list, what are your thoughts on the top 8, bro?
Yeah, it's really cool. I hate Monarchs, I hate Mermail, and I hate DDD.
Wait, why are you such a hater, bro?
I like to see Dracotel.
Why did I invite you on here, bro? This guy is like, bring Malulu back.
These decks are all cringe, man.
No, you're cringe, bro. You're actually cringe. Nah, bro, you're cringe. You're a meta cringe player,
man.
bro.
I don't want to watch your cutscene, man. Please.
You know what? Yeah, I think this friendship ends here, bro. I don't think we can I didn't realize you were a meta stand like that. I'm an anti-meta fan. I love seeing the little guy win, bro. I love seeing the little guy win.
Bro, you just want to watch people's cutscene, yeah? You sit across from DDD and their normal Kepler, and you're interested to watch that. Nah.
I do, with the exception. The one exception is Mermail, yeah. One exception is Mermail. When they activate, what was that? Minstrel, yeah. Fuck you, bruv. Activate Minstrel. Fuck you for real. But you know what? Ethan, still shout out for you to winning. But every time I play against Mermail and they activate Minstrel, I just want to kill myself, bro. I think that's why everyone is main deck in draw. But anyways, cool. Let's hop into the winning deck list. So yeah, Ethan, shout out to you for winning with Mermail. Let's have a look at your deck. So we got 3 Abyss Shrine, 3 of the boy Neptibus, the Prince, 2 Abyss Pike. We have 2 Poseidras, 3 Teus, 3 Dragoons, 3 of the Shadow Squad, 1 Heavy Infantry, one Gluttonous Reptoflin Greaves, one Deep Sea King, one Minstrel. Fuck that guy. Is it a guy or a girl? It's a girl, right? It looks like a girl. Is it a girl? Well, fuck that chick, bro. Fuck Minstrel, bro. One Moulin Glacier. Also, fuck Moulin Glacier as well, bro. That guy's a prick. Moulin Glacier. Fuck that guy. One Princess. This looks like something I'd find in Finding Nemo. Two First Penguin. So this is interesting to see the new card from Burst Protocol. So yeah, First Penguin, if you control no face-up monster, special summon this card from your hand. If summoned this way, you can treat it as a tuner. Discard one card, then reveal one water synchro monster in your extra deck, and add one water monster from your deck to hand with the same type, but one level lower than the revealed monster. Then change this card to face-down defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except water. So it's very interesting that this adds a lot of consistency to these water decks. It's quite interesting to see that. What are your thoughts on the First Penguin?
Yeah, it's definitely a good card. I think that's like the first thing to say is like it's definitely good. In theory, it can search any water monster, but it does have some problems as a card.
Yeah.
So the first thing is it discards a card for cost. I hate discarding cards for cost. If it gets negated, you just lost a card. So that's a problem with it. And then I think Mermail is the only deck that feels like it's the most playable in right now. And it doesn't search Neptibus, which is if it searched Neptibus, this card would be insane because it would just mean that Mermail, instead of having 3 1-card combos, has 6 1-card combos.
Yeah.
But it definitely is really powerful. So in this list, the cards that you can search that jump out to me the most are they're playing Deep Sea Repertoire in the extra deck, which is a level 5. So they can search Dragoons, they can search Mermail Abyss Pike, which is cool. And going second, you can always search the Poseidon, which is the reason Mermail is solid going second is because of Poseidon. So being able to have extra copies of that are also flexible for going first is really nice. But yeah, it's a really good card. It's just not perfect. It could be better.
Then for the non-engine, 3 Fua, 3 Perulia, 3 Ash, 3 Impulse, and then the one card I missed out here is Tetsudo Irat Newman. So this is the floodgate that they've used to replace the Barrier Statue of Torrent. So neither player can special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. Yeah, I mean, when there's a will, there's a way. Yo, shout out to Monreal Gaming for subscribing on YouTube. Appreciate you. Welcome to the club. Let's go. Yeah, thoughts on this end piece, this floodgate?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good against Draco Tower, right?
Yeah.
They cannot summon any of their fusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's quite nice that this deck is doing well because it shows that this deck, I would say it's a meta cool. So if you look at their main deck, there's no spells in here. Your opponent can never activate Draco Tail Flame.
Yeah.
So the main reason to play Mermail right now is you want to play a deck that has a solid Draco Tail matchup. And so, yeah, no Draco Tail Flames. So if you think of the end board, Draco Tail Flame is never going to be able to activate. Most of these monsters, you don't have to normal summon. So it's just Neptibus you have to normal summon. So the rest of your monsters, you can just summon in defense to play around the horn. So Sting is quite a solid interruption, but that's about it for the traps. And then you just have to play through the removal. And then cards like Poseidon are really good at adding stuff on board. You have Impulse for 5 mana. So yeah, definitely a really solid deck into Draco Tail. And it gets even better when we get to the side deck.
Yeah, it does. It does. So in the side deck, we have an extra Poseidon for going second, 2 Minstrels. I'm assuming these are sided for going first. I like this type of strategy. I do love, one thing I love about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like when it comes to the side deck is when people side deck engine cards for like going first and second to adjust their deck for going first and second. I just really love it. It's like what the side deck is for, like I love that kind of thing. 1 Gameciel, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, 1 Warlock of the Ice Barrier. Wow, okay, we got another floodgate here. So while you control another face-up ice barrier monster, both players must set spell cards before activating them and cannot activate them until their next turn. So this is basically anti-spell fragrance in monster form. And then where is the other ice barrier card that they played to?
Yeah, so I think this might be a decklist error.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just Trishula. So it's definitely possible, like,
Oh,
that it's not a decklist
okay.
error and I'm wrong.
Trishula is an ice barrier monster. Oh wow, yeah. Trishula in my mind, yeah, it's always just been Trishula, like just like a standalone synchro. I just forget it actually is an ice barrier. So there's no way this is a decklist error. You just
Well, yeah, against Radiant Typhoon, a lot of lists play barely any hand traps. So if they let you combo and you end on Trishula with the Warlock on board, you pretty much just win. You have to set your quick play spells before activating them. It's basically spell canceller against that deck.
That's crazy. The thing is, like, I'm not a fan of floodgates. Yeah, Lamso, Foxy, all of these decks are floodgates with extra steps. You are 100% right. But the thing is, like, I always love seeing creative ways to do things. This is something I've never seen utilized before, and I want to give a shout out. Ethan Lindley, shout out to you for taking your Mermail deck there, man. You know, it's just cool to see, like, such a, you found a unique way to like, counter a deck. And that's, again, this is what Yu-Gi-Oh is about. I'm very happy to see that you won the first regional. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to win or top more with it. I think you hit while the iron was hot, while everyone's still adjusting to the new format. But yeah, awesome to see. 2 draws, again, respecting the combo decks. Mermail is one of those decks that will get shut down by draw. So respecting that. 1 call by, I'm assuming, for going first, and 1 pot of prosperity. Again, I'm assuming this is for going first for consistency. 3 evenly matched. And the one card that I've been a little bit obsessed with over the last 2 days, anti-magic arrows. This is such a cool tech, and I think this card, if someone can find a way, like Ethan here found a way to utilize it in Mermail, if someone can find a way to utilize this in a deck, I think it can take it there for the YCS. So anti-magic arrows at the start of the battle phase, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, spell trap cards and their effects cannot be activated. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. So in the current day, we have Forbidden Droplets, where you can't respond with the same cards that was sent. You have Forbidden Crown, where you can't respond with monster effects. This is an OG card. This is an old card. You can't respond with nothing. This is Spell Speed 4. Nothing. You can't respond with nothing. It's just like, you activate it, boom. There's no response. You're done, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
There's
you can't even activate your Draco Tail traps for a draw. You can't.
There's no think. There's no think. When your opponent's like, think. There's no think, bro. You can't respond. Let's move. But yeah, this is crazy. Like, you can literally, against Radiant Typhoon and Draco Tail, you just go battle phase, activate this. They're done. All they have is a Femina. And for Radiant Typhoon, if they're lucky, they might have a Sheena in hand. And then that's it. They're just cooked. You go main phase 2, and you find a way to clear their board. For me, I have dreams of summoning Excite on Night and just going detachable material, blow up the board. Then I want to link into Requiem. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. But anyways, Josh, I've been speaking quite a lot. What are your thoughts here, man? What are your thoughts on anti-magic arrows?
Yeah, I think anti-magic arrows is the biggest reason to play this deck right now. It's a broken card in the metagame. It, in theory, against Draco Tail, trades for 4 back row, and in theory, against Radiant Typhoon, trades for 4 back row. So what you kind of need in a deck to play this card is you need a deck that doesn't play spell traps, which is Mermail, which is perfect. And you need a deck that, in the main phase 2, can do a FTK combo, because you still need to trade for your opponent's follow-up. So Mermail's kind of the perfect deck for this. You activate it, it doesn't turn any of your cards off because you don't play spell traps, and then you full combo out all your opponent's guys and set up some dumb floodgate. It's perfect for Mermail. So, I don't like Mermail. So I think this card definitely becomes worse if it becomes a bit more known. Not much worse. It's still insanely broken. It's still an incredible card. But if you're playing against Mermail, this is definitely a card that you want to play around.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh against your opponent and they go standby main, end of main, you're like, oh shit, I'm getting even lead, right? That's what you're thinking in your head. But against Mermail, you have to have this card in your mind. If my Mermail opponent says they're trying to go end of main, I'm activating all my spell traps. I'm activating every single one. I'm horn bouncing my own card. I'm stinging the Charmy in their grave. I'm falling, like, popping some random thing. Because once his card resolves, it's over.
Yeah.
These spell traps are never going to activate. They're gonna get popped by the Mermail cards. They're gonna get banished by Trishula.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely a card that once it becomes a bit more known, it becomes a bit worse, but so powerful, actually
Yeah.
insane.
Definitely. And one interesting element that it adds is like, let's say this card becomes known. Let's say there's a deck that like starts topping where this card is a played card or becomes a played side deck card, similar with evenly matched. You can do stuff where you can bluff battle phase. You can just go like, battle phase, like even game 2, battle, end of battle, or like push for battle, and your opponent then is put in a position where they have to either activate their cards or potentially lose. And if your bluff goes through, you could win an unwinnable game. Imagine you're playing against Josh Kelly, like top 8, YCS Dortmund, and you just go battle phase, and Josh goes, no, activate everything.
Activate everything, bro. I'm scared.
Virtuous, Horn, Flame, Sting. Man, and then you just go main phase 2. That would be crazy.
I mean, you can even stay in the main one, because I have to do it before you enter the battle phase.
True, with anti-magic arrows. Yeah, true.
Yeah. And so, like, you can have a hand that can't beat Draco Tail Horn, but if you say end of main, I'm activating Draco Tail Horn. So, yeah.
There you go. You heard it here. Write this down. Would Woof Woof Doggo Malice Gang with the nails emoji, and then Woof Woof Doggo also says we ain't going nowhere. Red Ransom, kissy face. Usman, how would Josh recommend beating Draco Tail game 1 without playing too much non-engine? So yeah, how would you recommend beating Draco Tail without bluffing battle phase?
Yeah, I mean, I think the kind of deck decisions are the only really way that you can have a good Draco Tail matchup without opening a ton of non-engine. And so that's where like this Mermail deck is a good example of that, where your deck just plays well into the Draco Tail board. So I know Usman just wants to play he wants to play his Metal Morph deck.
Yeah, Metal Morph out here. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it can be a bit difficult with it when you're kind of stuck on one deck, where realistically, unless you choose a deck that is really good into the Draco Tail board, you're going to need non-engine to deal with it, essentially. So if I think of the decks that are good into Draco Tail, the 3 kind of come to mind, where the Mermail deck feels quite solid into Draco Tail, and then the Radiant Typhoon deck is a good pick against Draco Tail, and Vanquish Soul is a good pick against Draco Tail. And so those are all decks that we've seen do well over this weekend because they have good Draco Tail matchups. So yeah, I think the best way to beat Draco Tail without playing too much non-engine is to play an engine that's good into Draco Tail, essentially. So you're not playing many spell cards in your deck. You can summon your monsters in defense position. You don't really care about Sting, and you have ways to out stuff on board.
Yeah.
So that's where another thing where I was thinking about the Ryzeal Mitsu deck is, if your small amounts of non-engine trade for the back row, then Murakumo will trade for the front row, and Cross will trade for the 5 mana in hand, and you can break that board.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just about your engine choices being good into what Draco Tail has.
Yeah, for sure. And Poly, I don't know how to say your name. Polycolon 3.
Polycolon 3.
Oh, Polycolon 3. How's Yummy doing right now? Yummy's topped, I think 2 out of the 3 regionals we covered. It's got some tops, which is interesting. I did see someone top with Yummy Fiendsmith. They went 7-1 and top forward another regional. I don't have the results for that one. Rusty Cookie 15. Seeing Veiler over Bell at the moment, is it just better non-engine into every matchup? What do you think about that? We've seen a lot of Veilers and Bells, and some preferences for Veiler over Bell. What are your thoughts on these 2 hand traps, and which one is better?
I think it's a decision that you make in deck building. Of the main difference is you're pretty much against Draco Tail, you pretty much always use Bell on Flame or Sting. And then against Radiant Typhoon, you'll use Bell or Veiler most of the time on the same card, which is Crosshair. So it's just thinking, would you rather gamble, activate this Veiler on your opponent's Lucius or their Fallen of the White Dragon and try and skip their turn? Or would you rather have a Bell that you know is going to trade for Flame, but it's not going to stop their combo. So it's just kind of different opinions in deck building, where I think Veiler and Imperm are a bit more of a gamble, but for a higher payoff, where if you Veiler or Imperm your opponent and they just pass, great. But if they play through it, then it feels pretty bad. But Bell, isn't going to have a massive amount of impact because it's mainly just going to trade for a Draco Tail trap, and potentially Radiant Typhoon can chain block against it. But it's consistent. It's always going to trade for a Draco Tail trap. So it's just kind of balancing out what you kind of want in that situation. Do you want to try and skip their turn and gamble if they have open extender or not? Or do you want to just trade for one back row? Yeah, it's kind of an interesting decision to make. And I'd say it's definitely, you see how your testing is going. If you feel like you can't break the board regardless of having the spell, then Veiler might be a better choice. But if you feel like you can break the kind of half boards, Veiler's really solid.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the breakdown. And okay, so that is the decks covered for the results that I was able to find in this short time. Last thing I wanted to do before we close out the stream is to cover the finals feature match. We had Tristan Bridges versus Jaden Evans here. It was a Draco Tail mirror match, and I think it'd be good to see because this is going to be the best deck, and it's pretty cool to analyze some of this gameplay. So just going back to the beginning of the vid real quick. Okay, finals next. So yeah, it'd be cool to hear your analysis as well. Someone that's played a lot of Branded. Someone that's played a lot of Draco Tail. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Before we do that, I really need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go to the toilet real quick. So, Josh, you keep the stream entertained for a few minutes, and I'll be back.
All right. Listen, is he gone? All right, I got control of the JY stream. All right. I need everyone in the chat we got to troll JY somehow. I don't know how. This is what ChatGPT is for. ChatGPT is for trolling. I need everyone in the chat to type. Just spam something. So when JY comes back, he's confused. He doesn't know what's going on. He likes to read every comment. So I need 50 comments. Make him read every single one. I'm getting aired right now. No comments. I'm going to comment then. What should I say? Hashtag free Malulu. I'm down for that. Where's the, I don't know where the hashtag is on my keyboard. Hashtag free Malulus in the chat. Hashtag free Malulus. Free Herald? Nah, get out of here. No way we're freeing Herald. Ban Herald again. Ban Cupsy. Free Broadball. Free Broadball is criminal. I don't want to see Lunalight player overlay 2 monsters and then add their thing. They killed Yummy. Yummy did get 2 tops this weekend. 1 Soulful Cord, 1 Pure. And that's only from a few regionals we looked at. So there could be more. I'm just looking at, I can't pull it up on the stream, but Aurora WCQ regional results. There's a top from Elf Note White Forest and a top from Cool Tune. So some Rodex doing pretty well. Free Malulu. Herald died for Necros. That's actually pretty sad. That is pretty sad. Justice for Snatchy? Nah. Ban Draco. I love Draco Tail. Free Meow Mew. Yeah, I'm down for that. Ban Liger and then free Broadball. No. Keep them both banned. What's some other Broadball technology we can do? Add Fractal, do full Yummy combo. Free the extra monster. Yeah, I'm down. Free the extra monster zone in Genesis. That's real. Shout out Snapple Pack. Zarlin is crazy for Yummy. Yeah, definitely. I think Yummy still has really strong end boards. So that if they get to the full end board, it's definitely still really difficult to break the board. But let's be real, they're getting through it. They're getting through it. Necro's best deck for real. I don't know about that one. Yeah, maybe if King of Feralymps was still legal and you could overlay 2/4s into a Habakiri. Broadwall ad Swen. Broadwall ad Swen is crazy. Broadwall ad Swen.
Broadwall at Swen.
Yeah.
Yo, Lamb K, you're cooking. Broadwall ads. Wait, Broadwall's banned, right?
Yeah, Broadwall's banned.
Oh, shit, yeah. Okay.
Broadwall would be broken.
Okay, crazy.
Hashtag
Alright.
free elf.
Free elf.
No way we're
Crazy,
free elf.
crazy. Necro's best deck. Crazy. All right. I heard you mention another regional. Do you have the results for that?
Yeah, there's no deck list, but I took a look at Aurora Regional.
Okay, can
and
you
there's
DM
an
me?
elf note. Yeah, I'll send you the link. Oh. Send you on Discord.
Also, what I'll do is right now, I'm just gonna link these in the chat as well, so people can see. For you guys, in case you're curious, I'm just gonna link it in the chat real quick, so you guys can have a look. So that's one of the regionals.
I'll send YGO Pro Deck has a tournament page. It's quite useful.
Yep, this is the Richmond one.
Free
And
kit.
this is,
Bull Adswen might be Genesis Source.
And this is
yeah,
Milwaukee.
you play Broadwall in Genesis.
And then the last one is the Facebook one. You have to be in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market page where they posted the Seattle regional results. But those are the ones that we've covered so far. And then did you send the where did you send me the
Discord?
Oh, okay, let me Discord. Thank you. Okay, Aurora regional.
Yeah.
All right, this will cover the results from this
Changing
regional.
locations.
We are changing locations once again. There are actually a lot of events. So this is the Aurora regional. I'm linking that as well. So everyone, right now we have 40 viewers in the stream. So shout out to everyone for watching. Like the stream, appreciate you. We're at 22 likes. Let's see if we can get to 30 likes before the end of the stream. Make sure to subscribe to your boy. Follow me on Twitch, all the good stuff. And also support our boy, Josh Kelly. That's Josh Kelly YGO. Let me link a YouTube channel right now.
Yeah, check out my YouTube.
We're going to be collabing a lot together. You know, after the YCS, right now, Josh is just locked in on the YCS. But after that, I'm going to make sure that he posts on YouTube. Okay, we got 100 subscribers. Okay, let's go.
I got 100. Let's go. I got to do a celebration video.
Yeah, 119, bro. You're cooking. Cooking. Where's my stream? All right, there we go. Everyone, go follow Josh Kelly YGO as well. Sure, you know, we're going to be doing a lot of collabs together. He's on the road to Worlds right now. This guy is your top 8 players in EU right now?
I think so, yeah. I think I just made 8th. Yeah.
Let's go. Hopefully we see you in that top 8 of a YCS soon. All right, let me close this. Let's go to Aurora Regional. Let me close all these tabs. And okay, so Aurora Regional, 200 players. Let's see. What the hell? Mitsurugi. Wait, is this?
Oh yeah, Mitsu.
This was yesterday.
Mitsu.
What the hell? Mitsurugi. Pure Mitsurugi. First place. Owen, shout out to you. Jeez. Landon, YCS champ out here. Vanquish Soul K9 coming second place. Brendan Beckman, Draco to Branded. Like, these are some big names topping these events. And then in top 4, we have Yummy Radiant Typhoon. Interesting to see there. And then in top 8, Draco Tail Branded. And then we have Elfin Note White Forest. And then Cool Tune in top 8. Sabit, this is the sign. Sabit, we need you to play Cool Tunes at YCS Dortmund. That is the sign. Unfortunately, no deck list, but interesting to see the spread here. Yeah, I think you were speaking about it while I was in the bathroom, but any kind of comments on this?
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say was, I don't know, have you seen the most recent OCG metagame breakdown?
I haven't. Should I pull it up?
Pull it up. I want to see your reaction. I just sent it to you on Discord.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Let's go.
Elf White Forest is very cool. Yeah. We're gonna get some
Yep.
Snapple Pap combos.
Yeah. Snapplepap, that's our boy Giles, right?
Yeah, that's Giles. Yeah.
Yo, bro, we're gonna hop in cord with you in a sec. Like, reason we did this in a separate Discord is because just to do the stream, to do the coverage, to avoid random people hopping in. But yeah, Pilco on 3, run Odeon Yummy in Worlds. We'll see. Okay, so OCG metagame breakdown. Let's see what we're saying. This was posted 2 days ago by Akira. Mitsurugi, cool tune taking
Cool
it.
tune.
Is it because they got the new support?
Yeah. And the new synchro hand trap is crazy meta defining.
Yeah.
So we can see like
Fragilus Harmonia. Yeah, it's crazy.
So the Mitsurugi's playing it, and they're considered the best deck right now. Cool Tune's playing it, and they're the second best deck right now. Elf Note's playing it, and they're up there as well. So
crazy.
Yeah, insane meta-defining card.
Crazy. Yeah. I heard about this card. It's just going nuts right now. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see when we get it. I think we're going to get it in Blazing Dominion, right? Which will be the next set.
Yeah, the next core set. So in about 3 months.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Even this is interesting. VS Elven Note. Okay.
Yeah, they're playing that new Dominus. I don't know the name. But yeah, look, they're all playing it. They're all playing the new hand trap.
All right. So yeah, me and Josh, we're going worldwide here. We're covering OCG as well, but interesting to see. Let's hop back into the Aurora Regional. But yeah, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think like it's interesting to see Cool Tune doing decently now, and then looking at how it improves with this support will be really cool.
Yeah.
And like, it's weird because everyone's loving the deck now because it's a rogue deck.
Yeah.
And I know in 3 or 4 months, if it becomes an actual good like meta threat, no one's going to be loving it. Everyone's going to be hating on it.
That's how it goes, right? Like it starts up rogue, everyone loves it, and then like once everyone plays it, people start to hate on it. That's just the way it goes. Okay, so let's hop into this the finals of this regional. Draco Tail mirror match real quick here. Let's break down through it. So the guys are shuffling up. Round 8, Tristan is 7-0, Jaden is 6-1. Okay, cutting up. Let's see who wins the dice roll. It looks like.
Can you stream on Discord so I can see the same time as you?
Oh yes. Sorry, my bad. 1 sec. Let me pause it real quick. Share screen.
Marco with the Dominus Spark. Yeah, Dominus Spark, the new Dominus card coming out. Pretty solid. Cool. Jaden versus Tristan. This is an anime duel right here. Jaden versus Tristan.
Shit. Yeah.
This is anime, bro.
How do I hide this? Okay. Sorry, bro. I just got to adjust the stream real quick so it's not playing like.
Oh, it has that up there. Yeah.
Okay, we should be good now. We should be good. Let me just wait for it to kick in.
Yeah, that's all good.
Sweet. And you can see everything, yeah?
Yeah, perfect.
All right, cool. Playing now. Okay. So I think Tristan lost the dice roll. So Jaden's going to be going first. Draco Tail branded mirror match.
This is crazy. He's about to normal summon Avian. I can see it.
Avian?
Yeah, it's Jaden.
Oh, Jaden! Oh my god, Basidic Tricks! Avian Spark, man! Oh my god!
It's Jaden versus Tristan, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, man. Okay, normal summon Lucius. Lucius ad Femina. I've never seen that before. That's crazy. Yo, he had a Femina of Lucius. Shit. Alright.
Yeah,
I got some short.
We can see they have Fallen of the White in hand. So they start with the Lucius to help play around Fua. He uses the 5 mana straight away.
That's a good read there, yeah, for sure. I don't want to play into Fua.
You have the Branded Fusion as well. This person's not scared of Fua. I lied.
Yeah. Simply Vibes 168. WF is back. Shout out to Corey. He got robbed at Nats.
White Forest.
Oh, White Forest is back. Is that Corey, Europa Corey, yeah?
Yeah. Corey King.
Oh, he played White Forest at Nationals.
Yeah, and they changed the top cut rules at day 2.
What?
So they announced top 64 day 1,
Yeah.
and then day 2 they said, "Oh no, we messed up. It's top 32."
Oh, damn.
And
sorry,
he made the top
shit.
64 cut, but not the top 32 cut.
Damn, Corey, that's unlucky, bro. This year will be the year, man. We're gonna lock in and we're gonna take it there this year. We're gonna take it there, guys. All the Europa gang is gonna take it there, with the exception of some people. Some of you guys, you're gonna be on the sidelines, and that's okay. That's okay. All right. So back to the game. So we resolved Firmino,
Yeah,
right?
so we added back Bamena, Lucius, Set, Rahu, Ketu.
Yep. And is that Urgula and Ecclesia in the grave?
Yeah, I think they played this quite interestingly. I probably would have. It looks like they have a branded fusion, so I probably would have used that branded fusion so that if a fool was dropped, you can chain the 5 mana that was in hand.
But he had to
But
search the
decided-
Feminine Lucius.
Yeah, so normal Lucius, search 5 mana, and then activate branded fusion.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's probably what I would have done.
So you
But
get 2
they
summons
didn't get punished
for the one
fool
draw.
here. Yeah. And I think they had the Ash here, but I'm playing around double fool. Why is that card not once per turn?
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, go for the Gulamel. It's pretty standard Draco till first turn until we see the branded cards.
Yeah. Shall I play the sound? Let's see what these guys are saying. Let me see. Yeah, no audio.
Silence.
No audio. So yeah, I thought there was some commentary, but I guess it's just us. Okay, cool. Oh, and one of them is a bounty duelist. That's interesting to see. He's got a little sign there saying he's a bounty duelist. Jaden Evans.
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder why they made him a bounty duelist.
Come on, the Slifer Slacker. Now he's going to use a branded fusion, I guess. It's a bit weird now. Sanctifier wasn't summoned much before.
Okay, what I find interesting here is we already resolved Famina, right? And would you rather not have Ecclesia, like resolve your Synchro, like resolve your White Dragon in hand, instead of having Gulamel?
Yeah, it's quite interesting because what you have to choose between here is, do I want to use Branded Fusion or do I want to get to the Ecclesia Synchro? And that's basically the difference. So it's, would you rather go through the Ecclesia Synchro or would you rather go through the Secretarian? No, the Sanctifier.
Yeah.
Because Branded Fusion locks you for the whole turn.
Yeah.
So the decision he's made here is to go for Sanctifier. I assume that's what he's going to summon here.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite solid. The only thing you miss is you can just trade essentially 1-for-1 the Ecclesia Cartesia for Sanctifier. And
you miss out on Virtuous as well, though.
What's that?
You miss out on Virtuous.
So he'll still get the Virtuous because he's hard drawn Fallen of the White. But a lot of the time what you can do is you can Branded Fusion and then you Arthalion add back the Albers that you dump.
Yeah.
And then you can still get to the Virtuous. It is definitely a little awkward with Branded Fusion, but in my experience, it's normally quite worth activating Branded Fusion.
So just so I understand, for me, I'd rather have like Arthalion, like I'd rather have the Synchro on board with Cartesia, with like the Fallen set, and then just hold Branded Fusion for the next turn. Because I can achieve everything I want to achieve without making Sanctifier turn 1. Like there's no need for me to even resolve the Branded Fusion. But what are your thoughts? Do you think it's just better to use a Branded Fusion and not go for the Synchro line?
I think it's very similar. So I think the end of the decision just comes to how do you want to play into hand traps? So, yeah, I think here because he already checked for Fool with the 5 mana, he could have just gone for the Ecclesia line.
Yeah.
But I think it's very negligible. The Sanctifier it's more flexible, so it doesn't have to be used in the main phase. So it's better into Radiant Typhoon, and it's also graveyard interaction against your opponent.
Yeah.
So I do prefer the Sanctifier, especially keeping the Ecclesia Synchro in extra deck is quite nice, because then to start turn 3, you can send it for a Fallen in the White, and you can out a Flame straight away. So yeah, but I think there's advantages and disadvantages to both.
Okay, cool. All right, so ending on the full board, we got all the Dracotail spell and traps set. He's about to show what they have. So we got Ketu, which we're going to resolve in a sec. So Horn, Flame, Sting, Gulamel, Arthelion, Sanctifier, and yeah, let's see what he goes for with the Ketu here. And I think they used Urgula yet to add back Femina? I think they already did, right?
Yeah, I think
it looks like Femina's in hand. Oh, now they're gonna use the dragon.
Yeah, I wonder if they send the Dogma or the.
Yeah, they send Dogma, so I'm assuming they're gonna pop their own Albaz, so it's not on the board, right?
Yeah.
And then send Albion to reset.
This land's a little weird because you activate a quick play spell, and Crusade exists.
Yeah.
But I assume he knows he's playing against Dracotail because it's the last round of the tournament.
Yeah, so, for sure. Yeah.
Activating quick play spells now is scary.
Yeah. So having that information is going to be like, if you know what your opponent's playing, it can make a really big difference going into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, this deck is crazy, man. Just seeing the kind of board it can put out. Let's see, like, what do you think? Is it possible for for Tristan to be able to play through this? This is a lot.
There's definitely a chance. I would have played this turn a bit different with Jaden because now in the mirror, a lot of the time you want to end on the Secretarian, especially game 1, because you want to shut off those alternate engines. But yeah, there's always a chance on Dracotail, which is why the deck is so cool, in my opinion. Is the deck can break its own end board and force a grind game. Realistically, Tristan is probably not going to win the grind game here, but if Jaden makes a few mistakes in the course of a long game, it's definitely possible.
Yeah.
So Urgula the GOAT.
Yep. We see Tristan normal summon Lucius, add Urgula. See where we're going to take this. And then we're going to Femina. We look like we've got a lot. He looks like he's got his own white in hand. So it's going to be interesting to see. It seems like they open almost the same hand. I think there is a spell. I wonder what spell that is in their hand.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. This is quite a common play pattern with Dracotail. Is you want to start with your monster effects to fuse because flame. So normal Lucius.
Looks like a Rahu.
Yeah, it looks like a Rahu. So he uses a Lucius and a Urgula. The Arthalion's interesting here because a lot of the time in this situation, your opponent will activate Sting anyway. So if you target your own cards, it gives the Sting a weird situation where does he want to try and banish the Urgula because you can get that once per turn effect later? Does he want to try and banish the cards targeted with Arthalion?
Yeah.
It's quite a cool dynamic here. And this is another situation where Secretarion could be quite nice. If you want to stop the Lucius from being added back, you can Secretarion, target the Lucius in their grave and something random in your grave, and you get to trigger their Lucius while also stopping them from getting a card in hand.
Yeah.
Secretarion? No, Sanctifier. So yeah, it does chain this thing. I think it's always an interesting dynamic here because this Urgula 90% of the time is going to try and pop Flame. But if they do choose to pop Sting, it hurts. So are you meant to chain sting? Are you not meant to chain sting? Interesting.
Okay,
Chains
he's
a
gonna
horn
use
too.
horn.
Yeah.
You just have to. Is he gonna just use all of his back rows here?
Well, that's the thing. I feel like once you commit to two of them, you're going to chain all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know if that's correct. I think you either chain nothing and just let them pop your flame, or you kind of just chain everything. So yeah, decided not to use the fallen here.
The thing is, though, now
Oh,
all your
draws
traps are gone.
into
Like all your traps, there's no way to recycle them now, right?
yeah, and that's one of the reasons why you would just want to chain nothing and just
Yeah.
let them pop your flame.
I think
Is the grind game with the spells and traps.
to keep your like at least a trap in rotation, you'd have to like virtuous your own trap, right? To then be able to send it back on resolution.
Yeah, and like keeping the sting in rotation is really important in the mirror.
Yeah.
We saw Jaden drew into Albi on the Shrouded Dragon.
Oh, yep.
That's,
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, pretty interesting tech card. Dumps, Fallen of the White, draw a card, can add it back with Arthalion.
It's crazy how just one Femina, like sending Urgula, forced out all those interactions, right? That's three back row. Horn, Horn, Sting, and Flame. All three Draco Tail traps forced out in just one interaction. That's crazy to see. And now those traps, unless he plays Sharis is the new level 6, right?
Yeah.
Unless he plays Sharis, there's no way to get those back in rotation.
Yeah. It would be cool to see people playing right when Draco Tail came out, people were playing Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon because it can reset the trap.
Oh,
reset trap. Yeah.
Wait, how do they make it?
You need like a King of the Swamp card, so you have to make quite a lot to it.
Oh, okay.
It's a Blue Eyes White Dragon plus a Dragon monster. It's a King of the Swamp plus a Dragon.
Okay. I mean, with King of the Swamp, we can go for Dragoons, right?
Yeah. With any Dragon as well. But you got to discard 3 cards to discard a card to negate.
Yeah, I mean, Dragoons is like almost unoutable in Draco Tail, right? A 4K Dragoons, they can't beat it.
It's pretty easy. You just Malulu that. Oh, bring Malulu back. Why did they limit Malulu?
Besides Malulu, fair enough. Malulu's the only out to 4K, a 4K Dragoon, right?
Yeah, I think it's a spellcaster as well, so you can't Albelin enough to sit.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. It goes for 5 mana into Star Source to pop both the back row here.
Yep.
And then chains Gulamel to pop the Lucius.
Yeah, I don't think
so. This whole kind of trade of Lucius into Aguilar has traded for the 5 mana, the Flame, the Sting, the Horn, and the Gulamel.
Yeah.
And then just activates Ferrari. But yeah, a big problem here is the pushes with Draco Tail are a lot more limited now because this Ketu's in the grave. So before, this would be a really strong push because you would set another Ketu from deck, but now it's quite a bit weaker.
Okay, Malulu and Pan. But he also does have Fallen in hand as well.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that
actually going to
used
be
the Rahu here. It could have been a reason to, with Aguilar, pop the Fallen and the Virtuous, because Fallen and the Virtuous is the strongest interruption into Fallen of the White. It stops you from making the Albulatus or the Synchro. So that could have been an option.
Yeah, but I don't think there's just a way to push through this, right? This board is just sticking.
Yeah, so I think Tristan will end up outing most of the board and then just lose to the follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see an OG Albaz here, but it'll probably get negated or pop straight away.
Did he have Ash Blossom in hand?
Jaden.
Tristan looks like he had Ash Blossom in hand.
Oh,
or was that maybe the Fallen? Let's have a look here.
Yeah, I think it'd be something else because Otherwise, he probably would have ashed this thing. So yeah, users hand to pop. Big Fallen of Albaz.
And the thing is here, like, a lot of time has been burned. We're at like almost 15 minutes into the game. So that's something to be wary of, because these Draco Hotel mirror matches are going to take time, because like there's so many different interactions, so many different ways to play. So yeah, that's something to
It's definitely difficult, because with the top two decks, there's a big like illusion of gameplay right now, where you get to activate your cards into the board, and you get to resolve your effects, but you're just going to lose to the follow-up. So it's like you're playing the game, but you're not achieving anything. It's just So this is where an Albalenitus is pretty pressured here, and this is a game state where the OG Albaz is pretty strong if it's in deck, because the Fallen of Virtuous is probably going to be used on the Fallen of the White Dragon to stop an Albalenitus, and then the Ecclesia can bring out OG Albaz, make a Mirror Jade, push pretty well. But we've still got this Sanctifier, unless it was negated with Malulu.
Oh, the
reading Sanctifier.
Maybe he's checking if it's negated, can you fuse with it or not, right?
Yeah, I think it's a condition, because while it's in the grave, you can't fuse with it either.
Yeah. Wait, what's happened to the... Are we still reading it? Okay, it's back on board. Okay.
Oh, so they're probably thinking, can they make Albalenitus with my...
Yeah, and you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, glad they got the correct ruling there that you can't do that.
Yeah, and then crashes the Gulamels.
See, what I find... Okay.
It's actually pretty interesting here, because
he has Ecclesia there, right? So Tristan has OG Albaz in his deck, right?
I think both of them do, yeah.
Would it not have been worth... The problem what?
The problem is the Fallen of Virtuous' set is still alive. So if he summons OG Albaz, it didn't just activate Fallen, pops it. And it's like a really interesting dynamic here, because Jaden has Fallen of Virtuous set, which should reborn Fallen of Albaz. But because Tristan has crashed the Gulamels, there's no extra deck monster to fuse off with.
Yeah.
And so it'd just be Albion. Oh, but he's gone through the Albion as well, and the Sanctifier. So there's nothing to fuse off with after this crashes.
What would be like? So they sent a fusion, right? They sent a fusion of the what do you call it? The
Fallen of the White.
The Fallen of White. Would it potentially not have been better to send the Synchro? Ecclesia, because then Ecclesia can then out the Virtuous.
I don't think he had a fusion in Grave or Banish.
His fusion got
his Arthalion got bounced.
His Arthalion got bounced, but he would have the what do you call it? The Gulamel engraved potentially.
Gulamel's the wrong level, so
it's level
I think it has to be level 8.
It needs to be level 8. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I also think Fallen in end phase here is going to be really strong, because it's a pop or a reborn, and so a big thing in this format is Fallen is really versatile, and so it's definitely a thing where your opponent can mess up if you get to a Fallen, because they might forget it can reborn, or it's just it's always in solid interrupt. So it looks like they're trying to use Sanctifier, but I assume it's negated. Oh, they're going for the Reborn. And the Frixel was pretty strong. It would be brutal if Tristan chained a hard drawn following the Virtuous on the Frixel here. It's interesting. This is probably in the main phase because Dogma hasn't been used yet. So chaining the Ecclesia would be pretty strong. Chain Ecclesia, bring out OG Albaz. Nah, it doesn't look like he's done it.
But this is really interesting to see. So Fallen to Reborn Frixel to bring back Malulu, to have another way to fuse is a really cool line. And then they fuse to make their own Arthelion.
Yeah. They don't have many spell traps left in deck. So it's a bit awkward for them.
They just have Ketu and Rahu.
Yeah. And their opponent does have all the back row. So it'd be really nice to bounce like a Bell or a... Oh, they don't bring back the Gulamel either. I think that's pretty important there. I guess it gets popped in the end phase. I don't know. I think that exchange where Jaden let all his traps get traded for.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad moment.
And one thing to bear in mind is we're 22 minutes into the game. That's a lot of time that's passed, and we're still in game one. This is still Tristan's first turn playing through the board. So now we're going to go Ecclesia into...
Oh, it just activates it after it's been negated. So that in the end phase it can get added back.
Okay.
So it should be a Fallen set, 2 traps into this board. Jaden just has so much.
Yeah, this is tough.
And he can start with the Fallen pitch Ecclesia, yeah. Just so strong. So forces the Sting.
Also, when summoning the Arthelion in attack, do you think it would be better to summon it in defense so you don't lose your Arthelion to Horn?
Tristan in first turn.
Yeah, first action for Tristan, right?
Yeah, what I probably would have done is I would have 5 mana, fused off the Lucius on board and the Aguila in hand to summon a Arthelion in defense.
Yeah.
So I have no attack position monsters. Or just leave the Lucius on the board in attack, because at least if you bounce the Lucius, you may maintain hand advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also potentially you just want them to activate everything, and if you put the monster in attack, they're more likely to activate it. So yeah, definitely an interesting one. So yeah, the Ecclesia gets banished.
Because having that Arthelion could have made all the difference here in terms of like having being able to send, for example, the Synchro Ecclesia off the Fallen of White to be able to like pop something, and then also, be able to access your Albaz into Mirror Jade banish, and then you that way that's how you get your recursion through your trap, and you would have cleared the whole board as well. That could have like changed the whole tempo of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. Yeah, because Pan could have popped. I don't know how the Arthelion would have got in the grave, but it definitely would have been like it's a resource that you lose for no reason.
Yeah,
I think. Is that the Shoreless? It's like a Ghost Rare. In the second zone.
I don't know. Let me.
It looked like the Shoreless. It looked like he put something back into deck.
So let's see here. So what happens?
Activates 5 mana. Fuses 2 in hand.
So it looks like Ecclesia, Fallen of White and Lucius to make...
Must be Secretarian then.
Yeah. Let's see what they pull out. Yeah, Secretarian. It's just the
Yeah,
glare.
Secretarian.
The glare makes it look. I thought it was a Mirror Jade for a sec because it's just the glare, but it's Secretarian. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be wraps here. And you think Nibiru might be like, I just keep thinking about Nibiru, like these mirror matches where like they commit so many like summons, especially with the new like the new Albaz. Do you think they? What do you think about that? Like, because people in the mirror match are not going to ever play around Nibiru, and you have to summon a lot of monsters to push through a board. Just curious what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, it's always been like a solid going second card.
Yeah.
Sorry, going first card in Draco Hotel, like even in the mirror.
Yeah.
Because if you've set up a board, they need to push so much through the board. But I've never really liked it because it's only good if you set up a board.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then like the problem with it now is even if you nib your opponent, what does it actually trade for? Is the problem. Because normally, let's say they've gone through like the Ecclesia, the Cartesia, Secretarian, and they end on like the nut end board, right? Like best case nib scenario, they end on Secretarian, Malulu, Cartesia, Arthalion, some trap cards and stuff.
Yeah.
And you nib them, and your nib just trades for Secretarian and Malulu, which is still really solid, but they still have all three traps, 5 mana in hand, their fusion's coming back, the Ecclesia Synchro's coming back, they've got Fallen and the Virtuous set.
True, yeah. But yeah, Jaden takes down game 1, 30 minutes.
No, it looked like Tristan took that. It says 1-0 for Tristan.
No, it was Jaden.
I was gonna say it looked. I was no way Tristan took that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Pan in the Grave as well. Yeah, they just messed it up at the top. Cool.
Yeah, so Tristan took down that. Sorry, Jaden took down that game 1, but 30 minutes just to be up game 1. That's crazy. Let's see like how game 2 and 3 goes. I feel like we're gonna need we need quick scoops here in order to be able to resolve complete the match.
This is game 2.
So game 2, we see Fua in draw phase. First action, we're gonna go for Rahu, sending Femina and Malulu from hand and Urgula from deck. And we're gonna see an Arthelion hit the board. Summoning in the field zone. Okay, resolving all of our effects. We see a Veiler in the hand of Jaden, and also a Ghost Spell from the looks of it.
Veiler, Ghost Spell, Rahu.
So Veiler as well on the Arthelion. Now get all these sets. We're setting a Flame. We're setting Ketu and Sting. And guys, we are still streaming. Appreciate everyone watching. We've got 35 viewers on YouTube. We're at 26 likes. Please, 4 more likes. I want to get to 30 likes by the end of the stream. And yeah, appreciate everyone also watching on Twitch. Raw I'm a Dinosaur, Free Malulu. Cool Tune is my most hated deck. I don't know why. That just has hand loop. Oh yeah, the hand loop is dumb. I agree with you. And everyone, please follow on Twitch as well. Appreciate you watching on there too. It's been a really great stream so far. We're just at 2 hours, and appreciate Josh for popping on. We're definitely going to be doing this a bit more often. We're going to be doing some streams at the YCS as well, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Some IRL streams, going to go crazy. But yeah, so what did we end on? All 3 traps?
Yeah, I'm not sure what Lucius searched, but it's 5 mana in hand.
Okay.
The 1 unknown set, Flame Sting.
Yeah. Also,
Urgula 5 mana, 1 unknown in hand, 1 unknown set.
Branded Fusion top deck. Okay. Bell, Branded Fusion, Rahu. He might be able to,
pretty strong engine hand, yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't. There's no Alba stuff on the side of Tristan.
Is that Pankratops?
Could be. We saw they were playing Pank.
Yeah, that is a Pankratops.
It'd be interesting to see in action.
I think you just trade with the Flame, right?
Oh, just does it straight away. Doesn't try to trade
he hits
with
the Judgment.
body.
That's a good trade. Pank for Judgment. That is a very good trade. And the thing is, he doesn't have to worry about Flame. He doesn't have to worry about Flame because he has Bell in hand. Makes sense. Get rid of the unknown. because it's going to be Judgment or Dragon's Mind or yeah. So Rahu, ooh, okay, Instant Flame, Chain, Bell.
Is that OG Albaz in hand or Malulu? It looks like they want to chain 5 mana to make a Secretarian.
They did,
yeah.
yep, chain 5 mana to make
I think that's
Secretarian.
incredibly greedy. Incredibly greedy.
Oh, Malulu to shut that down.
Yeah, I think that Secretarian was crazy.
How does Tristan even win this game?
I don't think he does, because he's used his 5 mana. So he just trades so poorly here.
And then Ketu.
There's a Branded Fusion in hand as well.
It looks like, yeah, it does look like he's going to get rolled.
It's a bit awkward here, because Jaden actually shouldn't have summoned this Gulamel, just because it's a spellcaster. Because what he wants to do here is add Lucius, and then fuse him to his own Secretarian.
Yeah.
But he's messed it up a little bit, but it won't be the end of the world. Yeah, so it has to add the Pan here to make Secretarian.
With Rahu, wouldn't you have sent Pan to pop the Secretarian?
No, you sent the Malulu to negate, and you want to leave the monster on board for your own Ketu.
Right. Oh, yeah, to get the fusion of Ketu. Okay.
Malulu's the goat. Malulu's the goat.
Yo, nameless 10 1212. What are both your opinions on Dracotel right now? I think it's the best deck. I think that's the easiest way to summarize.
Yeah. YGO Panda, what's your opinion on Dracotel?
YGO Panda, my favorite Irish player. He's referring to Josh Kelly here, who has Irish heritage. You're currently getting
YGO Panda. We were looking at Mermail deck list. Mermail top 2 regionals.
We were, bro. We were.
They didn't play any spells, man. Flame was never getting activated.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we see the Secretarian hit the board. Branded Fusion is going to be played, and it looks like it's going to be a wrap.
Doesn't Pan pop their Secretarian?
I think this is going to be an OTK, right? Yeah.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, we went Branded Fusion for Albion into Chaos, and then that's game on board.
That's damage.
I guess Tristan won because he finished, he was 7-0, so he had the best tiebreakers on X1.
Yeah, it's also looking at
from Jaden.
Tristan's hand.
Yeah.
There's a bell in there, and he had no opportunity to activate it. Thinking like bell, you normally want out of your deck going first.
Yeah.
Against Draco. But yeah,
and also
that
game one, it wasn't unwinnable. That game one was like, there was an opportunity there potentially to crack the board. But yeah, that's something we'd have to take a lot of time to analyze deeply into. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. That is the stream for now. Appreciate everyone for hopping on. One more time, make sure for you guys to go and follow Josh Kelly. I'm just gonna link his YouTube real quick in the chat, and also make sure to like the stream, guys. Let me see how many likes we at. Right, 26 last I checked. Right now we're at 32. Let's go, 32 likes. Appreciate everyone for liking the stream. YG Panda, bro, that Mermail deck list has more bricks than before ban lists. Also, Dracotel is overrated. Rispoli told me, and Yummy will take it there. Rispoli will win the YCS 300 with your Yummy still. These men are dreaming. Yo, you gained 2 subscribers from when I shouted you out. Let's go. Appreciate everyone for subscribing. I'm going to link Josh's channel one more time. Please, everyone go follow my boy. Where is the chat? Liked and subbed. Let's go. Appreciate you, YG Panda. Everyone go follow Josh Kelly. I'm going to be streaming again tonight around 8 p.m. GMT UK time. So make sure to tune in later. Make sure to subscribe to your boy. Follow on Twitch. And yes, see you guys in a bit.